What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Coventry City Road to Glory Career Mode. This is Zombie Joystick Gaming, and in today's episode, we are going to be taking on the month of November. And as you can see, we have a huge game to start the month against Liverpool. We also have a big game against Arsenal, a European game, which we'll probably sim, and Southampton and Crystal Palace. In November, looking at the standings right now, we have a surprise leader who will be playing at the end of the episode in Crystal Palace. The table's definitely a shocker right now with Crystal Palace and Everton literally 1-2. Definitely not real life, but Liverpool in third, which is kind of where they sit today. Aston Villa, Spurs rounding out the top five. And then in the bottom three, you're going to have Bournemouth, Fulham, and West Ham. Both Fulham and West Ham have yet to get a win on the season. David Moyes, his job is definitely in trouble if he doesn't get fired after the end of this year. Well, you can't really get fired in FIFA, but should be getting fired. West Ham are definitely a massive club to be in the bottom three to start the season. Looking at the Liverpool squad we are going to face today, who have 5 wins in their last 5, so definitely not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game no matter what, but they're in great form. You have Alisson Becker between the posts, Chambers at left back, and I assume that's because Joe Gomez has a red card. Konate and Reece Williams with Trent, those 4 making up the back 4, with Stevenson, Douglas Luiz, McAllister making up the midfield 3, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez, and Mo Salah making up the front 3. Definitely what I would say is a weakened side. Maybe Klopp's not taking us too seriously. Who knows? But hopefully we can have a shock result here at Anfield. Looking at our starting 11, our strongest team heads to Anfield. Hopefully Ross Barkley and Martin can have an effect on today's game. And we are off in a game against Liverpool. It's just 5 from 5. Oh, what a tackle by Mo Salah, and this is going to be a card. What is the ref pulling out? A red card. Liverpool down to 10 men within 5 minutes of the game, with Mo Salah delivering a crunching tackle. Has barely 3 minutes into the game, Mo Salah commits a red card offense. Great cross by us. Great intervention. Looks like, they still have Luis Diaz up top. They didn't make any substitutions. Trent out wide. Reece Williams. It's just like a crazy Liverpool team to put out. Luis Diaz charging down the line. Back to Chambers. Jack Harrison with a missed tackle. Luis Diaz shrugs off my player. O'Hare saved by Alisson. Out for a corner. Ross Barkley with the corner. Konate able to defend that corner. Pyeong Ho with a poor volley, to say the least, but it's positive. We're going forward. We're attacking well. It's just going to be a very difficult game. Made a little easier by Mo Salah, but I can't say that it's going to be a cakewalk now. Douglas Luiz with a great tackle. They are just making the play they need, at the moment that's needed. Jack Harrison, right at Allison, saved. Our first two shots have been good. They've mainly been right at the keeper, though. Chambers, back to Stevenson. Who goes all the way back to Konate. And that's going to do it for halftime. Liverpool not very excited going forward, being a man down. We haven't been able to capitalize on us being a man up. Hopefully we can do that in the second half. Munoz, Barkley, Pyeong Ho, and just not a ball that you can do anything with because the keeper gets to it. Out wide to Luis Diaz. A minute played, a very, very boring game, but we do come away with a draw, which isn't bad in the scheme of it. I would probably bit your hand off for a draw at Liverpool away. But a pretty boring game, like I said. They had a lot of possession, even though they were a man down. But it's a 0-0 draw. Looking at this deal from Fulham, I can go ahead and reject it. Hopefully he's able to agree terms with Brighton on that move. I will select the Norway team. And looking at our scouting report, we have pretty much nothing. We'll keep Ed Lawrence on the list. It looks like he's probably going to be a striker, maybe a midfielder, but probably a striker, and reject everyone else. Going into matchday 11 against Arsenal, the probable team that will be facing is going to be Ramsdale between the posts, which in real life, David Raya actually just won the Golden Glove Award for Arsenal. I'm pretty sure they already said they're going to trigger that clause, so I might move him over to Arsenal from Brentford. But Zinchenko, Timber, Gabriel, and White make up the back four. Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Martin Odegaard make up the midfield three. Smith Rowe, Jesus, and Saka are the attacking line. We probably won't actually make the David Raya transfer to Arsenal. It looks like Arsenal have yet to confirm that as being a permanent move, so we won't make that move. But this is going to be our typical starting lineup going against Arsenal. So hopefully we can, again, come away with another shock result and a point against Arsenal. Ross Barkley, Jack Harrison, able to get around Zinchenko, and out for the corner off Timber. Our first chance of the game if we can get a shot on target. Barkley with the corner and Ramsdale with the catch. Unfortunately, unable to do anything with that set piece. with a careless pass, and somehow Gabriel is able to win that header or beat Martin to the ball. That's crazy. Like, how? We do win it back, but I'm still confused. Get under my skin, and that's going to be halftime. It is 0-0. Just really a frustrating half. Jack Harrison missing on the doorstep, but on the other end, we've really kind of held them from, as you can see, attacking, so they just, again, have had a lot of possession. Arsenal keeping possession here. They play it backwards. We're about to hit full time, and that's going to do it. We back-to-back 0-0 draws for us. I mean, not terrible. Kept a clean sheet against Arsenal. Weren't very much attack-minded, though, so a little bit boring, but I don't even know if we're going to have highlights of this game, but still a point game, so we move on. Looking at that Henry Martin injury, he has a broken toe. Will be out 7 weeks. It's definitely going to be a huge injury for us, so hopefully we can kind of get by with Sims as our leading man. Looking at the scouting report from Austria as well, not much to write home about. Looks like, I mean, he's worth a little bit, but will probably dead everyone else. Doesn't look like De Silva was able to come to terms with Brighton, rejecting both Fulham and Cardiff. Hopefully another big team comes in for him. Going into this Europa League game, we're going to be simulating. We have 7 points, sit top of the group with 2 wins and a draw so far. So hopefully we can keep Craiova winless, and probably that would seal our trip to the knockouts. We have a 2-2 draw with Sims saving us at the death. Both our goals scored in the second half. That should still definitely help us. It looks like Gutierrez was injured. We do probably move on, but we need to see the results of the other games. Lucky for us, the Gutierrez injury isn't too bad. It looks like it's just an illness per se, with only being out 3 days. Looking at the Belgian scouting report, again, nothing to write home about. Going to reject everyone. Going into the Southampton game, hopefully we can do something on the road here and just not take a loss. We are in good form, so, I mean, we'll see, but another draw for us. A lot of possession, a lot of shot, a lot of chances, but we weren't able to put anything away, and we gave up the decisive kind of game-tying goal in the 82nd minute. Hopefully in the next game we'll just play better and come away with the victory. With that sim, we lose Ross Barkley to a 2-month injury, a fractured skull, which sounds pretty serious. Looks like also Oscar Bob is being approached by Alfetia. I just feel like I should try to loan him instead of him going there, because that just doesn't really seem pretty realistic. Going to the last game of the episode, we take on Crystal Palace, who still sit first in the league on 26 points, and they still haven't tasted defeat this season. Going to be a surprising game, I guess, for us. We sit in 10th. 5 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses, 19 points. So hopefully we can maybe gain some ground on Crystal Palace and hand them their first defeat of the year. The team we'll be going up against, you have Johnson between the posts, a back five of Small, Graham, Anderson, Richards, and James Justin, with a holding midfield of Warden and Decore, and Almeida, Franca, and Pavlidis are going to be the attacking three. The team that will be facing Crystal Palace is going to be turning between the posts. Leaf Davis, Adarabioyo, and Munoz are back three. Yates is our holding midfielder. Paik Seong Ho as our midfielder. Esposito O'Hare as our attacking midfielders. Mavididi and Harrison out wide, with Sims up top. See how we play, because this has been a month full of draws. And Sims gets us on the board early. What a beautiful cross from Mavididi and a volley from Sims to give us the lead at home over Crystal Palace. Beautiful build-up, beautiful goal. Just nutmegs the keeper. Jack Harrison floats it. Striker unable to get to it. Munoz, who's playing against his former team, on the run. See Sims. Sims again. Unable to put it past the keeper this time. What a start we've had, though. A little clip ball. And hit at Johnstone, but he makes the save. We've definitely had a lot more attacks in this game versus Liverpool and Arsenal, which is kind of to be expected, but Crystal Palace are top of the league. O'Hare with the cross in, Johnstone with the header, the hand, and Mavididi unable to hit the target with a wide open net. Jack Harrison. And that's going to be a penalty. A foul on Sims on the pass, and we get a penalty. A chance to take a 2-0 lead right on the edge of halftime, and that's definitely a penalty. O'Hare's able to beat Johnstone, and we take that 2-0 lead. Amazing. We are playing phenomenal against Crystal Palace. Sims able to turn the defender. Sims blocked and out for another corner. Johnstone just furious with his backline. O'Hare. Sims. And his header saved off of the line by the defender. Oh my. That would have been a devastating goal to score with the last kick of the first half. Pavlidis hasn't been able to do anything against us, so we have been spared so far. Mavididi Poked away by Richards, out for a corner. And as you heard on the PA announcer, Ellis Sims is the player of the match. I mean, the last 30 seconds plus extra time here, we're going to still feed this into the box. Ashley Young. Adarabaya. Jack Harrison. Way off target. And as you hear as well, 2 minutes of extra time. Hopefully I want to keep the clean sheet. That'll be 3 games played, 3 clean sheets. So that's definitely something I'd strive for. And that's going to do it. We beat Crystal Palace at home. Gain ground on the league leaders for sure, which is what you love to see. 10th beating 1st. Let's see if we can move up that table. We were able to, with that victory, jump into 7th. Still a tight race, 11 through, 6? 11 through 6 are only 3 points apart, 4 points apart into 5th. So we're definitely on the hills. Liverpool have overtaken Crystal Palace now as league leaders after we handed them their first defeat of the season. Like I said, we move up to 7th. We can smell those European spots. Let's see if we can keep this up. We definitely want to try to finish top half, though. So tune in for the rest of the series and rest of the season, see where we finish. Can we get another round of European football next year? But let's see kind of how we finish the season out. This is Zombie Joystick Gaming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I'm out. Peace.